Hi, submarine friends. Well, I've hit a milestone, and that is all these things are going in and staying in. The variable ballast tank is staying in, and the fuel tank is going in next. And so I bought this gas gauge unit to put in, but I'm a little concerned about it leaking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill a hole in the top of the tank, of course, to accept this, but I'm going to weld a heavier metal disc to the top of the tank because the tank is only 14 gauge, and because it's homemade, it's, you know, a little contoury, if that's a word, on the top. So I'm going to weld a heavier disc to it and then hole saw the appropriate hole. And then what that means is that the top of this sending unit will be secured to a really solid piece. And then I guess you just adjust the length of this arm to get the right reading. And so luckily my tank is built in a curve, and so that travels in a curve, so that'll work perfect. I should be able to really get an accurate reading with this, providing it's not a piece of junk, but I have no reason to believe it won't work. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get the tank in, get it bolted in place. All this stuff is still bolted in, even though it's in permanently. I could weld it in, but if I ever want to take the engine out, I want to be able to move this stuff forward to make room to get the engine out. Mind you, having said that, I think if I had to take the engine out, I would just cut the submarine in half, but I would cut it in half behind the variable ballast tank and do what I have to do and just weld it back together. It's not a big deal. That would definitely be the easiest solution. So then I have to also run fuel lines to the filter, water separator, and I have to run the well, I'm not going to run the fuel line that goes up here to the filler because this has to be welded and it would just end up getting burnt. So that'll have to go in after, which is fine. I have all the stuff here, and I have to hook up the suction line for my hand pump. And boy, this thing is really, I'm starting to run out of things to do on the inside. Luckily, next week's forecast is quite warm, like +3, +4. So that might be a sign that we're going to have an early spring, which is great because I can back my crane up to the door here and yank this thing out, move it over to the big shop, and get real serious about finishing this thing. I can't finish it in here, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. That's pretty cool. Mind you, I'm going to be out of things to do, which is going to be boring, so may have to start another project. Anyways, that's what we're doing next. Ciao.